So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Now this time, Locke will throw. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 39-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. No.
Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing his lock on third down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go! Hand over.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Let's go.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Giants have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas, and the lead is now 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Mixon on the counter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Nifty footwork at the 45. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. Down the roof. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? You run. Hey. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Share. Sponge. No.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50. Right here. Check. Check.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A first carry now. This is Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
General West. Ready?
On 2nd down and 4. Locke. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 9-7 our score.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Keep grip.
On first down, Barkley. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you. 6-6. Pull it high. Hit it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
After the turnover, here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
They're running it. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's. Hey.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Double time. Double time. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First down, Cardinals.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Watch the pass.
To throw, it's Murray. And he whips that one incomplete there. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Murray with a 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Yo, faster. 61, matchbox lights. 5.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On the set. 53, check 53. Don't get nervous now. You draw quarters.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the plate. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray able to find Isabella. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from out running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. From the gun, Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Fournette on the counter. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll give it to Mixon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They come out here in the eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and goal on the 5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
He can run for it, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from 5 yards out, and the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
50's the money. 50's the money.
Mike 50, Mike 50. You don't know no better.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A big pickup of 38.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
25, check 25, check. Hustle, get it.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. Make that now 2 runs in a row that have netted them great results.
And it doesn't matter what kind of blocking scheme they're using, gap scheme, power scheme, zone running. They are finding people in those gaps and moving them and creating nice space for their runners.
They'll run. This is Hill. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Pilot, 64, weak. Go, go. Deep grip, deep grip.
Now to the air. Lock to the end zone, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A 27-yard attempt.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recon, 132, go.
Off the draw, here's Hill. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 2.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Lock throwing middle, and it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here we go.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
All day, every day. Anytime.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Bill. Snap.
Lock gonna go on 4th down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Second down, Murray sets to throw. This one caught by Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals! Andy Isabella, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Flushed out right. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Get it.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
They can't hang with us. Hatchet, Hatchet.
Hey, Delta.
53's the money.
Fair.
I'm not ready. Check 4. Hey, watch it.
Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like when we talk about the defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
On first down, Lock. It's Hill, complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Undercut. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Check.
To throw it is Lock. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now left side on the swing pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Barkley, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 22 on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. So that one will get them halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
I got one. Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's go, defense. Out top. Go.
Shotgun now from Murray. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well.
First down, Cardinals.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check safety. Check nickel.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the left. Watch the right.
Play fake. Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Barkley. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Bravo.
Back to throw. Lock. Catch made by Slayton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Lock. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw is Lock. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
A handoff to Nixon. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Arizona, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6 and 4. And they'll get a few... as this will drop them to 3 and 7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm the coach.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between our visitors and the Cleveland Browns. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Set 180. Mike 51. Stay with your man.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Oh, and now there goes Melvin Gordon. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 81 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Move. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield looks to throw. It's caught by OBJ. He's at the 30, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Got it. of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 74 yards. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Mayfield trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He had hit the sideline. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Gordon. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Rivers now, and he's got a man open. That's Allen. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding it.
Jarvis Landry, the 40, 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He returns the kickoff and even 90 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that'll make it 17-13. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, folks.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They're making a real first-quarter statement with the run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Rivers out quickly here to Allen. He's by himself. Keenan Allen, 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Gordon on first down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now first quarter, and he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Alert, 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 alert.
Right 52, right 52.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
No, check that. We want right back.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. James now to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Christian Kirksey. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Now Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Christian Kirksey able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Come on now, let's go.
Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. First down, Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert 33. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. Watch the pistol. Hey, Haywood.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert. Kings. Hey, wahoo. 52.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taywan Taylor, 32 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So we've reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Alert, 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 alert.
Watch twist, watch twist. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
My touch.
They run it again with Chubb.
He's checking, crunch.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mike, 49. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Watch the screen. 552, 552. Real. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Point it right.
Mayfield now from the 50. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, tight. 49 the mic. Watch 49. Coming.
Point it right.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Mike's 49.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Check 52.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 18-yard touchdown run as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Mayfield now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. This is Gordon. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Rivers, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On third down, here's Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Rivers on 4th down. He's got it to Williams. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, it's a lot of it.
Odell Beckham Jr. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flipped the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
We'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. Watch out. Watch out.
Here's Mayfield. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
5.
On 3rd down, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Gordon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On 3rd down, Rivers. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A toss play. Gordon. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football when
Now he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, to power his way forward.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And again, it's Chubb. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Hey, high 7.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down and 11-yard pickup. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Rivers gets set to lead this offense. Down by 4, under a minute 20 to go. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 30. 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 78 yards. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. What? Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
49. Mike, 49.
Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Mayfield to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Now Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, that would have been something if he could have saved him from that long distance there in the closing seconds, but it was just not meant to be.
They need a little more time and a little more yardage to give him a realistic shot. And that kick's a good metaphor for this game, isn't it? They're going to wind up a little short in the end.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.